Hey guys, Ken Struts Tactical. Just picked up an M&P 2.0 3.6 today. I'm not going to do like an unboxing, it's unboxed, whatever. Um, but there's not a lot of videos on the 3.6 out there on the internet. A lot on the 2.0, a lot on the M&Ps, a lot on the Shield. So I figured just do a quick video on it. Um, don't know a lot about M&Ps. I've been a Glock guy most of my life, and I have a ton of different guns. But duty-wise, I've carried Glock 19s, Glock 22s in the different generations. For competition, I've had a 34. Off duty, I carry a 19 Gen 4 most of the time, or a 43. I just picked up a Gen 5 Glock 19 that I'm sending out for some work. You know, nothing against M&Ps, just been a Glock guy. So, I've shot them. I've shot the M&P 40 a few times, and I have a Shield, like I said. But I wanted to give this a look. I like the idea of the 3.6 inch barrel. I got my Glock 19, my everyday carry gun. Let's see if I can line these up for you for the camera. You can kind of see it there. Right? A little bit of 0.4 inches, right? And then if I line it up this way, making sure everything's level, you can see it's that little 0.4 inches, so it's less than half an inch, but I carry appendix, so that's that less than half an inch. That's not digging into my thigh, not digging into my groin or whatever. So I kind of like that idea. The other thing I like about the 2.0 series in general is the texturizing. I don't know if that's a right word, texturizing, texture. You don't have to have it stippled. It's aggressive enough. It's not overly aggressive, but it grips into your hand, so I like that a lot. Still got an accessory rail here. Looks a little shorter. I don't know, what will fit on there, what won't fit on there. I'm not up to speed on that yet. I generally don't put lights or lasers on my concealed carry guns. I've put lights on, my 19 and duty guns and stuff like that. So I'm not sure. I don't have a flashlight here handy to give that a try, but you do have an accessory rail here. One of the things I noticed is that this pin here, and again, I'm not an M&P guy, so I don't know, just a roll, not a roll pin, takedown pin, whatever you want to call it. And maybe this is a minor thing that I can fix with the tool in here. It's sticking out a little bit, so whatever. Probably not a big deal. Sometimes it happens with Glocks. Let's see if this one. Yeah, this one here is sticking out a little bit. I don't know if I can catch it on the camera, but it happens. But from the factory, you think they would have, made everything flush, but not a big deal. The other thing I noticed is this the mag release here. Got a little bit of a gap in there. My concern would be, especially if you carry this all the time, and you get dirt in there or foreign objects, debris, whatever gets in there, and you go to do a mag change when time is life, and something's stuck in there, and you can't get your mag to drop free. So I don't like that, but I do like the size of it. I do like the texturing. Sights are right; they're better than Glock factory, plastic slot fillers, as a lot of people call them, and rightfully so. If you don't know much about the M&P 2.0, one of the other things that they've changed is the knock this back here. Again, all these guns are clear and safe, but I don't need to show everybody. There's nobody here. I don't, internet commandos, you want to beat me up, go ahead. There's a detent in here so that I guess some people don't like, if you hit the bottom of the grip, the slide can go forward. Some people think it's like a technique, that's how they load the gun. I'll show you on this gun. It's just inertia. You hit here, it's spring loaded, it goes forward. So on the 2.0, they put a detent in there, as I understand. I read it on the internet, so it must be true, to prevent that from going forward, prevent the inertia. But I like the look of the gun. I like the size of the gun. I like the texturing. Again, don't like the gap in the mag release there. And I noticed that the trigger, while better than the original 2.0, I noticed it does the same thing my Shield did and other 2.0s I've handled, is if you push, you can kind of hear it and you can feel it. If you push the trigger off center line, and I know you're not supposed to do that, but it gets a little gritty because the trigger safety gets hung up a little bit. I know on my Shield I kind of sanded it a little bit, just fine sandpaper, kind of helped it a little bit. I ended up just putting an Apex trigger in there, so I don't like that grittiness. I don't like that it kind of catches. The Glock doesn't do that. I don't know why it is that way versus the Glock's not, and I've never been a fan of the way the trigger curls around your finger on the M&Ps. So some things I like, some things I don't like. The other thing that's kind of cool, talking about the texturized grips, is they come with 4 palm swells. Right, so I got the medium on the gun. That's what came on the gun, and I got small girly hands, and my trigger finger placement, it's like right there. It's perfect with the medium with my small hands. Then there's a small. I think this is the there's a small, a medium is on the gun, a medium, large, and then a large. And it looks like in addition to front to back width, length, whatever you want to call that, they're a little fatter or fuller, whatever you want to say, on the width. So it kind of fills your hand. So that's pretty cool. You get those options. The other thing, you get 2 of these magazine spacers, I don't know what you would call them. So 15 round magazine, but the gun, just like a Glock, taking bigger mags, or a 320 taking bigger mags. It has these spacers that you put on the bigger magazines to fill in the gap when you put them in a gun, so you don't have, I'll just kind of simulate here because I don't have any 17 rounders. If you have that bigger mag, you don't have this space. Obviously that's more than the space, probably more like that. So you don't have anything in your finger will get pinched or whatever. It's not as comfortable. So they give you these spacers, which is kind of cool, to fill it in with bigger mags. So I like that as well. Again, comes with some metal sights, not the plastic crap sights that the Glocks come with. Barrel lockup is pretty decent right out of the box. The other thing I did notice, and I don't know if this affects accuracy, but there's a little play left and right. I don't know if I can get that on the camera. But again, probably splitting hairs. I doubt it affects the accuracy. As long as the barrel's locked up good and you got a decent trigger, decent ammo, I'm sure it's fine. Again, I'll probably, for the most part, you know, I love Heine sights. I'll probably switch these out for Heine sights just because I like the Heine straight 8 night sights. It's a 2-dot night sight system versus 3s. Like KKM barrels. I'm going to shoot this tomorrow. Probably do a second video from the range and then compare. And I got some gold dots and I got some Atlanta Arms and Ammo match ammo. I'll run through it and kind of see at 25 yards what kind of groups I can get with it. And probably get the KKM barrel, put that in there, and do another range session, kind of see how that shakes out with the same ammo at 25 yards. So the other thing is I got a holster coming for it. Man, I forget the manufacturer. Follow them on Instagram. It's similar to this Filster holster, but unless I missed it on the website, I didn't see that Filster made one for the M&P, at least not the 3.6. And this is a little fatter than the Glock 19, so it kind of pushes that apart. It doesn't really fit in there. It's not like I can use that holster. But hey, they make it for a Glock, right? So that's pretty much it, right? So to recap, again, not a lot of videos out on a 3.6, probably because the M&P 2.0 videos that are out there cover most of the stuff. But again, if it's something you're looking for, you can get it in 9, 2 15-round mags, or 40 cal, 2 13-round mags. It comes with the 4 palm swells, 1 on the gun, 3 more in the box, small, medium, large, and large. You get 2 of these spacers, so if you want to put the larger 17-round mags or whatever in there and not have that gap, you can do so. It's got that detent in there to prevent you from inertia sending the slide forward when you insert a mag, forcing you to either use the slide release or come over the top, whatever your preferred method is. Slide release is ambi. The magazine catch, I believe, is reversible. And again, size comparison with the G19, you can see it's like a 1/2 inch shorter in the slide barrel area, right? Let's see if I can get that on the camera just right. Neither one of these have a magazine in them right now, so if someone wants a comparison that way, let me drop a mag in each gun. Let's see if I can do this. Juggle these two guns here. Yeah, they're pretty much. It's pretty much the same thing. All right. Like I said, I think the M&P probably a little fatter in the slide or the top of the frame, just judging by how it fit in that holster and push that holster apart. But that's it. Overall, I like it. Like I said, not a big fan of the trigger, even though it is improved over the other one, just because of the way it wraps around my finger and the way the trigger safety kind of gets caught on the frame a little bit if you apply sideways pressure. But I like the texturing. I like the size of it. Kind of see how it shakes out on the range and give you a range report. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe. See you next time.